Hello students.
Welcome back. Today we are going to start the last form of public sector undertakings, that is the third form, called government companies. You have studied two kind of companies, private company and public company, and one more was there, one person company, that is a new one. There is usually a confusion between public company and the government company. Public company is a company which is run by private sector, not by the public sector. पब्लिक से कंपनी में नाम में पब्लिक आ रहा है बट दैट इज नॉट अ पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनी. पब्लिक कंपनी मीन्स दैट कंपनी जिसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है जनरल पब्लिक ने विच कैन रेज इट्स फंड फ्रॉम जनरल पब्लिक. दैट कंपनी इज कॉल्ड अ पब्लिक कंपनी. But when it comes to a government company, the government company means any company in which at least 51% of the paid up share capital is owned by the central or state government or partly by central or state government. तो जिसमें 51% ओनरशिप गवर्नमेंट की होती है दैट इज कॉल्ड गवर्नमेंट कंपनी.
Minimum 51, maximum it can be 100 also. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं पब्लिक और गवर्नमेंट कंपनी का सबसे पहले डिफरेंस की, तो पब्लिक कंपनी प्राइवेट सेक्टर के हाथ में होती है एंड गवर्नमेंट कंपनी कम्स अंडर पब्लिक सेक्टर. गवर्नमेंट कंपनी होती कौन सी है? इट इज़ अ कंपनी विच इन विच मिनिमम 51% शेयर होल्डिंग इज इन द नेम ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. It can be central government, it can be state government, or it can be a combination of central and state government. These companies are also governed by the Companies Act 2013 like any other registered company. For example, Steel Authority of India, State Trading Corporation, HMT. These all are government companies. The features of government companies are almost similar like that of any other company. For registration, they also have to do the similar process. They have to get incorporated in the Companies Act 2013. All the provisions are applicable on this, but government will get some exemption by passing some special resolution. Ownership can either wholly by government or partly by government and general public. The share capital of the companies is owned by the government by the name of president. Whosoever will the ruling president, the shares will be in his name. Management is done by board of directors. Since 51% shareholding is in name of government, तो जो board of directors के majority है that is dominated by the government only. But in case जहाँ पे अगर private sector का भी investment है तो कुछ directors जो है वो private sector वाले भी appoint करेंगे. But majority will be by government because majority shares भी government के पास है. It has separate legal entity because it is a company. तो कंपनी के प्रोविजन वर्क करेंगे. इट विल गेट अ सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी. कंट्रोल इज बाय मिनिस्ट्री बिकॉज अगेन 51% शेयर होल्डिंग इज इन नेम ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. तो मिनिस्ट्रियल कंट्रोल तो रहेगा. मिनिस्ट्री के डायरेक्टर्स वहाँ वर्क करेंगे तो मिनिस्ट्री का इंटरफेरेंस रहता ही है. बट दे हैव मोर फाइनेंशियली फ्री. दे हैव मोर ऑटोनॉमी. दे हैव बोरोइंग पावर. दे कैन ऑल्सो इशू शेयर्स टू जनरल पब्लिक. दे हैव कंपेरेटिवली efficient staff because the remuneration and the recruitment are done by the company itself. These are not governed by civil service rules and these are also accountable to the ministry or the department concerned. ठीक है. The benefits of a government company are that firstly it has comparatively very high administrative autonomy. A government company enjoys much more freedom than any other form of company, any other form of public sector undertaking. पब्लिक कंपनी प्राइवेट कंपनी तो प्राइवेट सेक्टर के हो गए, दे गेट बेनिफिट्स. बट गवर्नमेंट अंडरटेकिंग्स में अगर हम देखें, लेट इट बी डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग और पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशन, उन दोनों के कंपैरिजन में गवर्नमेंट कंपनी हैज़ मच मोर फ्रीडम. इट हैज़ ग्रेटर फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी बिकॉज इट इज़ मैनेज फाइनेंशियल ऑडिटेड बाय in the same manner as the private company does. So therefore it secures greater flexibility. There is more freedom of operation. There is more quickness in the action as compared to any other form of government sector undertakings. The staff is more efficient. They can also do collaboration with the private sector to get the benefits of technical know-how, technical knowledge, R&D departments. So the government companies can get the benefit of all these because they have comparatively less control of government over them. But at the same time they still have some demerits or disadvantages. The first being that autonomy is on paper only. Since the government interference, their 51% ownership is in the hand of governments only. So there is no much freedom On paper it shows that they are free, but since the government directors are there at the top level, so the autonomy keeps hampering at times. Political interference is always there. The ministers always interfere. They always want the company to work as per their expectation. The board of directors is usually packed with government representatives who want to please the ministers to get personal benefits and not for the benefit, and they don't work for the benefits of the enterprise. It is a suitable form where the government wants to control a company in private sector without nationalization. Suppose there is a company and government wants to take over it, but the government don't want to nationalize it. In that case, government will buy 51% share of that company and it will work under government. If the government wants to do collaboration, then it is a very good option. And when the projects require government planning and funds, in these cases the government can undergo by in making a government company as per the sections of the Companies Act 2030. So that's it for this video. In the next video we will discuss furthermore. Till then, take care and have a great day.